I mean, if you're going to be involved in the creative side of the music business, you have to have some sort of notion of what it is to create a song or to record a song. You know, to be musical is helpful. Now, there are other parts of the music business that's not as necessary in if you want to be in business affairs, you know, or marketing or those kinds of things. But if you're going to be in the inception of songs, it's helpful to, you know, be musical in some ways. I tell everybody in this business that the most important thing is people got to want to they've got to want to talk to you. The first rule of business is they got to want to pick up the phone on the other end. If it's not a pleasant experience, you know what I mean? That's the first rule. And business is very relational, and it's the people that have been around a long time or the people that have relationships that are very long and deep and trusting. There are two very discrete, different parts of music publishing. One of them is called the creative side, and one of them is the administration side. Me being president of the division, I'm over both of those. The administrative side are the people that license songs and then collect the royalties thereof. And we do it on a global basis. We have sub-publishers all over the planet that represent our catalog for us and represent those performances, whether they're on radio or television or on CDs or songbooks or whatever, those usages, and then collect from the various entities and send us the royalties, and we process them and then pay the writers. That's what the administrative side do. And I have people that license music. When labels use music, when television shows use music, they request it formally, and that we quote them a rate. Some of those rates are preset by Congress, and some of them are negotiated on the spot, you know. And we have a group of people that do that. Then we have another group of people that's the creative people. They're kind of the marketing people, if you will. You know, they market songs by making people aware of songs, whether it's through various formats of, you know, mobile ringtones or ringtunes. You know, tone is like a little synthesizer playing the song. Tune is actually playing the recording that the artist made, you know. But that's when every time that happens on your phone, the publisher is paid, and in return, I pay the writer. That's a big part of our business. And mobile business is an enormous growing business in the world today. And that's one of the reasons it's great to be a publisher today. But that's, you know, two of the things that we do. And then we have creative guys that actually find new writers and new artists. So depending on what your niche is, you can be in the administrative side, which is very business, even accounting based, you know, in music publishing, or you can be on the creative side. And it's my wonderful job to try to get those people in the same room to talk to each other. You've got to get in, you know. I'd say probably a third of my department has come in through an intern program from a university somewhere, you know, to where that they'll come and work for us, and we just figure out for one reason or another we can't do without them, you know. So I find that's extremely effective, you know, from the schools that have music business programs. I used to be a recording engineer, and people ask me all the time, well, how did you get to do that, Eddie? Well, I got a job answering the phone at night at a studio. And sure enough, one day somebody didn't show up, and I got to do that. So it may not be the necessarily, you know, you may not start out being the executive vice president of a major corporation, you know, but you have to get your foot in the door in a business that hopefully has enough room for you to grow. And we need qualified business people in the music entertainment industry. It is a relatively small industry. If you take, you know, the employee base of the big four entertainment companies in the United States, whether it's Universal, Sony, BMG, Warner Brothers, EMI, I'm not talking film companies, I'm just talking music. You know, you're probably talking 50,000 employees or less. Now, to put that in perspective, you take one communications company, Verizon, probably has 200,000 employees. So it's a small universe of people, and it is a difficult career choice to break into it. But you have to break in at some level, and then hopefully get on the path whether it's the business side, like I mentioned, or the creative side, to get to where you want to be. People ask me, they say, well, are you always looking for the most talented person? And I say, well, maybe not in the way that you think. You know, as a creative, talent is not all about singing, and it's not all about playing your instrument. A lot of it is about fortitude and perseverance and those kinds of qualities, and doing the homework and the background, you know, that you need to do to prepare for your job. I mean, if you're going to be a business person in the music field, you've got to study up. It's a complex business. You know, it's more complex than a lot of other kinds of businesses because of the various levels, and you know, and you're creating, if you will, you know, a different product with every song. In my business, for example, you know, I've got 40,000 products, you know, and it's a little different than if you worked for, you know, P&G and you sold Tide or Palmolive. You know, and next year all you got to do is do new Tide, and you know, I'm not trying to make light of pork, but you know what I mean. It's like you've got a new product every time you turn around. So you have to prepare for it. Personally, I think perseverance is absolutely as important as talent and fortitude. And I find that the people that want to be in the music business are the guys and girls that are willing to get up early in the morning and work till late at night.